Gigantosaurus. The holiday party. It was early morning in Cretaceous. Tiny stretched out her arms and smiled at the sunrise. The little dinosaur hurried to find her friends. She wondered what exciting things they would do today. I can't wait to get started. It's going to be another sensational day. But Bill, Mazu, and Rocky weren't excited in the slightest. Isn't today the shortest day of the year? You and Bill. Yes, grumbled Mazu. It's the day the sun rises the latest and sets the earliest. Playtime will be over before we know it. Rocky gave his ball a grumpy kick. There wasn't enough time to have any fun. Tiny caught the ball on her head, but her friends didn't even smile. What if I found a way to make the shortest day just as fun as every other day? She suggested. Mazu wasn't sure. How can it be fun when it's shorter? We can have a holiday party and keep it going after sunset. But you need light, sighed Mazu. And food, chipped in Bill. Lots of food. Yes, said Tiny. All kind of stuff. I'll invite everybody. It was settled. Tiny was having a holiday party. The delighted Triceratops skipped around Cretaceous, giving out invitations to everyone she saw. Along the way, she sang a little song. Please come to my party, my holiday party. You'll see that this day is the funnest of fun. Tiny sang on and on. She described yummy food, music, games, and magical decorations, plus presents for everyone. Please come to my party, my holiday party. I'll show you this day is the best of the year. Tiny's friend gathered around. At first they were annoyed at being disturbed, but the plan sounded so spectacular they started to get excited. Everyone agreed to come. Stomp, stomp, stomp. The ground shook, and Giganto appeared. Tiny gulped nervously, then stepped forward so the huge dinosaur could see her. Would you like to come to my party? Roar! Giganto said, then disappeared back into the jungle. I'll mark you down as a maybe, Tiny said. Tiny worked hard all day preparing for the holiday party. She decided to have it up in the frozen land, so she packed everything onto her sleigh, and Bill, Mazu, and Rocky hitched a ride for the snow. Yippee! Tiny whooshed across the ice, pulling her friends behind her. At last, the sleigh skidded to a stop in front of a big green tree. Bump! Everything Tiny had tumbled onto the snow. There were boxes and packages everywhere. Let's get this all set up before everyone arrives. Too late, shouted Mazu. Look! Tiny gazed across the snowy mountains. Her guests were nearly there. Oh no, she gasped. I spent so long telling everyone about the party, I didn't leave any time to set it up. She didn't know what to do. Hey Tiny, we're ready to party. Here we come. Woohoo! Tiny's friends couldn't wait for the fun to begin. Welcome to my holiday party, said Tiny, unpackaging everything in a hurry. The little dino did her best, but nothing went the way she had planned. Where are those games you promised? And the glorious decorations. Oh right, stammered Tiny, grabbing some garlands. Decorations. She tossed the garlands up onto the tree, but they tangled messily in the branches. Interesting choice, said Archie. Where's all the food? Demanded Ruga the Rugacidon. Right here as promised, said Tiny. Have some fruit. Ruga swallowed the berry in one gulp, then shrieked in surprise. It was ice cold. Tiny shrugged uneasily. I guess that's why they call it the Frozen Lands. Brain freeze. And where are the tunes? Said Ignatius. You said there would be music. I've got lots of instruments in here, replied Tiny. She threw a huge trumpet over to him, but Ignatius could barely hold it, let alone play. Oof, too heavy. The poor dino fell backward into the snow. Tiny's holiday party was turning into a disaster. Toto and Crow decided to go home. Boring games, frozen fruit, and bad music, snapped Toto. Do you call this fun? We call this dull. More guests began to grumble. One by one, they trudged away. Don't leave, begged Tiny. We're only getting started. I have presents for everyone. Hang on, almost there. She staggered across the snow carrying an enormous pile of gifts wrapped in bright colors. But the pile began to wobble and Tiny stumbled into the snow. Oh no! The parcels tumbled down the frozen mountain, falling into a deep hole at the bottom. Rocky, Bill, and Mazu ran to their friend. Tiny, gasped Rocky. Are you alright? Tiny burst into tears. All she wanted was to show everyone that even the shortest day of the year could be the best. Maybe you're right, she sobbed. Maybe today is just no fun at all. My party. It's ruined. Tiny's friends knew hard how she was trying. But before they could help her, a terrible roar shook the mountains. One more guest was on his way. Gigantosaurus! The other dinosaurs were furious. What's he doing here? They demanded. I invited him, Tiny said. He deserves to have fun too. Tiny stepped out to greet the big scary dinosaur. I'm sorry I invited you out here, she said sadly. I know I promised you lots of food and presents. Giganto glared down at the frightened party guest. Then he thumped his tail hard against the ice. The ground began to shake. I'm so sorry, please don't be angry. Boom, boom, boom. Tiny and her friends found themselves being bounced up and down. This is fun. Woohoo. Wait, are we still having a party? Giganto was trying to play with them. Dinosaurs went sliding around in circles and icicles jingled merrily in the tree. Tiny was confused. The party was in full swing, even without food, decorations, or presents. All those things you came for, she said, they never happened. But Tiny's friends hadn't come for the promises. We came to be with you. That's when Tiny knew that her holiday party was going to be okay after all. Thanks, you guys. It's not for treats that make a party. It's for friends, she cried. Right, Giganto? Giganto replied with another careful tail thud, lifting the decorations on the tree and undoing all the tangles. Now the tree was perfect. Wow, that's more like it. But Giganto wasn't quite finished. He hit the ground again, even harder, shaking the mountain so hard, the lost presents bounced up out of a hole. Thank you, Giganto, gives Tiny, running to collect them. What a party it turned out to be. When night fell, Cretaceous turned into a winter wonderland. Tiny took out a gigantic walnut, carefully wrapped in leaves, and presented it to Giganto. This is for you, she said with a smile. Happy shortest day. Roar! Giganto had enjoyed the holiday party too. Everyone cheered. Best day ever. Thanks, guys, said Tiny. We should celebrate like this every year.